Faculty of Social Science and Sports Education. There are several points that become our focus in this faculty. First, the value of humanism as national identity. Second, physical health as a support for quality education. Third, the understanding of economic values as a pillar of human civilization. This faculty has 3 study programs: Pancasila and Citizenship Civil Education, Physical and Recreational Education, and Economic Education. Faculty of Language and Arts. This faculty provides education to generate language and art educators with pedagogical personnel, social and professional competence and competitive abilities in dealing with the current age development in order to develop themselves into professionals such as translators.
Kau senengnya, delok kono. Nah.
Oh iya miring.
Ya. Irengno.
Airnya gak rata. Kurang enggak?
Universitas PGRI Semarang is located in the culturally strong Semarang City, Central Java Province, Indonesia. With these features, Semarang is a potential place for students to develop themselves. The spirit that drives Universitas PGRI Semarang is nationalism and religiosity. Nationalism is the spirit to unite the nation in the midst of culture differences. We have 7 faculties consist of Faculty of Education. This faculty is the oldest faculty at our campus with the largest number of students. It has 3 study programs: the Guidance and Counseling Study Program, Elementary School Teacher Education, and Early Childhood Development Teacher Education. Faculty of Social Science and Sports Education. There are several points that become our focus in this faculty. First, the value of humanism as national identity. Second, physical health as a support for quality education. Third, the understanding of economic values as a pillar of human civilization. This faculty has 3 study programs:
Dicoba,
Cek, Education, Physical and Recreational
Dicoba.
Education, and Economic Education. Faculty
Cek.
of Language and Arts. This faculty provides education to generate language and art educators with pedagogical personnel, social and professional competence and competitive abilities in dealing with the current age development in order to develop themselves into professionals such as translators, newscasters, or journalists by making use of their language and artistic skills. This faculty has 3 study programs: Indonesian Language and Literature Education, English Education, Regional Language and Literature Education, Javanese Language. Faculty of Mathematics, Science, and Information Technology Education. This faculty has study programs of Mathematics Education, Biology Education, Physics Education, and Information Technology Education. The vision of this faculty is to be an excellent and distinguished faculty of mathematics, natural science, and Information Technology Education by 2025. Faculty of Engineering and Informatics, established on April 17, 2014. This faculty has 6 study programs, namely Architecture, Mechanical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Informatics, and Food Technology. Faculty of Economic and Business. This faculty has a mission to be a faculty of economics and business that excels in the field of digital-based, creative economics and business with a distinctive identity. Faculty of Law. The Faculty of Law of University of PGRI Semarang is committed to develop legal knowledge, and this is done, among others, by organizing seminars, discussions, comparative studies, and field experience practices. In order to support the teaching and learning activities, we have 4 complexes of campuses. Campus 1, located at Jalan Dr. Cipto, Jalan Lontar. This campus consists of representative and modern buildings for teaching and learning activities. This campus consists of central building, main building, student activity center, library, graduate program building, as well as a representative auditorium meeting hall for national class concerts and international seminars. Campus 2, located at Jalan Sriwijaya. This campus has a hotel available for both students and public in general, as well as a large meeting room for teacher professional training programs and various other large-scale meetings. Campus 3, located at Jalan Bendan Duo. This campus has a building for students' practices, especially mechanical and electrical engineering department students. This campus supports various activities to increase electrical, mechanical, and architecture skills. Campus 4, located at Jalan Gajah. This campus has a teaching learning building complex and sports centers including basketball, badminton, futsal, and other athletic sports activities. This campus also has a dormitory building provided for students, as well as a high school laboratory school, which was established by the Universitas PGRI Semarang. Why do you have to choose upgris as a place to study? We realize the importance of international relation to connect the discourse currently developing in the international world. This is where we establish a collaboration to open up opportunities for career later through students and lecture exchanges, credit transfer and double degree program, joint internship and research, and publication with our reputable university partners. We believe that in our fast-paced and competitive world, there are basic competencies every young generation has to possess, namely excellence and distinction. Excellence in either emotional and spiritual intelligence and the ability to retain the personality as a cultured human being. Please join upgris.
Sebagai salah satu kampus unggulan, upgris atau Universitas PGRI Semarang menyiapkan semua program studi yang ada untuk memiliki pusat keunggulan atau Center of Excellence. Center of Excellence dibentuk sebagai upaya untuk mendukung pelaksanaan kurikulum Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka. Inovasi ini sebagai bentuk penguatan untuk mendukung lembaga sertifikasi yang sudah lebih dulu terbentuk, sehingga lulusan upgris tidak hanya memiliki kompetensi akademik, tetapi juga berkarakter dan memiliki soft skill.
Halo semuanya, selamat datang di Universitas PGRI Semarang. Hari ini kita akan mengajak teman-teman untuk berkeliling dari kampus 1 sampai kampus 4 upgris. Sekarang ini kami berada di kampus 4 Universitas PGRI Semarang, tepatnya di Jalan Gajah Raya, Gayam Sari yang berseberangan dengan Masjid Agung, Jawa Tengah. Kampus 4 merupakan bangunan baru dan ikonik. Di sini terdapat gedung olahraga yang sering digunakan mahasiswa untuk basket, bulu tangkis, sepak bola, dan masih banyak lainnya. Juga digunakan untuk perkuliahan FPBS dan FPIPSKR. Bagi mahasiswa yang bingung mencari tempat tinggal, di upgris juga menyediakan asrama untuk perempuan dan laki-laki. Selain lingkungan asrama yang bersih dan tertib, kalian bisa mendapatkan banyak teman di sini. Nah, ini dia tempat favorit para mahasiswa upgris. Di sini bisa melihat keindahan kota Semarang. Di lantai 7 ini juga terdapat tempat fitness gratis loh untuk mahasiswa upgris hanya dengan menyerahkan kartu tanda mahasiswa. Kampus Pusat Universitas PGRI Semarang yang berlokasi di Jalan Sidodadi Timur, Karangtempel ini memiliki beberapa bangunan fungsional seperti gedung pusat, gedung utama, pascasarjana, masjid, dan balairung. Gedung pusat lantai 2 ini digunakan sebagai penerimaan mahasiswa baru dan juga tempat perkuliahan FH, FTI, dan FEP. Gedung berletter U ini dinamakan dengan gedung utama untuk perkuliahan FPMIPATI dan FIP. Selain program S1, di upgris juga ada program S2. Disinilah para magister menempuh pendidikan, bersampingan dengan perpustakaan yang sering dikunjungi mahasiswa. Auditorium megah yang disebut balairung ini digunakan untuk acara-acara besar kampus, seperti wisuda, konser, dan masih banyak lainnya. Tepat di depan balairung terdapat tempat ibadah yang merupakan Masjid Upgris.
Campus 2 is located at Sriwijaya Street, Candisari, Semarang City. This campus being a lodging that known as Wisma Upgris. A special discount will be applied for Upgris students who show their student card. Each room has different types with cleanliness guarantee. Kampus 3 is located at Pawitan Luhur Street, Bendan Dhuwur, Gajah Mungkur, Semarang City. This campus being the laboratory center of engineering and informatic faculty, also mathematics, natural science, and information technology faculty. There is a greenhouse facility for research purpose that consists of flowers, vegetable, and fish pond.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellencies, the Dean of Faculty of Education Universitas PGRI Semarang, Ibu Dr. Ari Handayani. Your Excellencies, the Head of Department of Early Childhood Teacher Education Universitas PGRI Semarang, Dr. Anita Chandra Dewi Sagala. Your Excellencies, the Director of Collaboration and International Affairs Universitas PGRI Semarang, Dr. Nur Hidayat and the Deputies. Your Excellencies, Professor Branislav Pupala PhD, Faculty of Education, Trnava University, Slovakia. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and fellow advocates for early childhood education and care, a very good morning to you all. It is with immense pleasure and honor that I stand before you today as the master ceremonies for this opening session of the general lecture session on historical and cultural roots in early childhood education and care and its development. Today, we embark on a journey through time and across cultures, exploring the foundations that have shaped the landscape of early childhood education. It is a privilege to have each and every one of you here, contributing your knowledge, passion, and expertise to this crucial conversation. Before we proceed, let's open this session by saying Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. May this session run well. Before we commence, let me take a moment to express our gratitude to the organizing committee for their relentless efforts in bringing this general series lecture to fruition. Their dedication and meticulous planning have paved the way for this remarkable gathering of minds. I would also like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to our keynote speakers, Professor Branislav Pupala PhD, and each individual who have contributed to making these general lectures a reality. Now, let's pay tribute to the countries that bring us together. Please stand up as we honor our respective nations with the national anthems of Indonesia. Thank you for that inspiring rendition of the national anthems. Now we will invite the Dean Faculty of Education, Universitas PGRI Semarang, to deliver a speech and open the general lectures. Please welcome Ibu Dr. Ari Handayani.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Professor Branislav Pupala, PhD, from University of Trnava, Slovakia, keynote speaker on this event. Dr. Nur Hidayat, Head of International Office, Universitas PGRI Semarang, and our esteemed faculty member from the Early Childhood Education Department. Good morning and welcome to Universitas PGRI Semarang. I am the Dean of the Faculty of Education, and it is a great pleasure to have you all here today for this special event, the Early Childhood Education General Lecture. We are honored to have with us today a distinguished guest, Professor Branislav Pupala, PhD from the University of Trnava, Slovakia, who is renowned for his expert in the field of education. Professor Branislav present here today reflect the global significance of the topic we are about to explore. Today's lecture on early childhood education is a paramount important as it shapes the foundation of our society future. It is an opportunity for all of us to gain valuable insight and knowledge from Professor Branislav extensive experience and research in this field. I encourage all of you to actively engage in a discussion and take full advantage of this opportunity to learn and exchange ideas. Let's work together to foster and growth and development of education both here at Universitas PGRI Semarang and a global scale. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all our distinguished guests, speakers, sponsors, and participants who had made this event possible. Your presence here today is a testament to your dedication and support for this wonderful event. On this occasion, I will also officially open this activity, the general lecture with theme Historical and Cultural Roots in ECEC and its Development is officially open. Once again, welcome to this enrichment event, and I hope we all live here today with a deeper understanding about historical and cultural roots in ECEC and its development. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Ari Handayani, for the insightful speech. Now we are entering the photo session and handing out the souvenir. Let's capture this memorable occasion. Please welcome forward to take a picture Profesor Brano, Ibu Dr. Ari, Ibu Dr. Anita, dan Bapak Dr. Nur Hidayat. Thank you. Now please capture this moment. All right. Okay. All right, thank you. Now please capture this moment with a group of photo with all the participants. Please stand up from your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and distinguished representative, please stand up. Proceed with the signing of the IA both representative will sign 2 copies of the IA, each keeping one as a memento of this important occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a round of applause as Dr. Ari Handayani and Professor Branislav Pupala PhD officially sign the implementation of arrangement, cementing the commitment and collaboration between the Faculty of Education Universitas PGRI Semarang, Indonesia with the Faculty of Education Trnava University, Slovakia. Congratulations to both parties on this significant milestone. May this partnership be marked by success, innovation, and shared accomplishments. Thank you all for being witnesses to this historic moment. Let us move forward together toward a future of great promise and potential. Thank you. We are at the end of this session. We will close the session by saying Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence. Without further ado, let us begin with the plenary session with our distinguished keynote speakers that filled with innovation, collaboration, and transformative ideas. The plenary session will be moderated by Bapak M. Arif Budiman M. Hum and Ibu Mega Novita PhD. The time is yours.
I will introduce you first.
You are moderator.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Halo teman-teman semuanya, selamat pagi. Good morning everybody. Everything is okay? Ready to have a lecture with Prof. Brano? Good. Let me introduce Prof. Brano first. His full name is Professor Branislav Pupala PhD, Professor of Education. He is from Trnava University, Trnava City, Slovakia. He is concerned in early childhood education. He got his master in 88 in Comenius University, Bratislava, Slovakia, and he got his PhD also in Comenius University in 1995. He has a lot of experience. Actually, he was a teacher in elementary school. He was a teacher in high school for nurses. He is also a research fellow at Slovak Institute for Research in Education, and he is specialist at Methodological Center, Ministry of Education Slovakia, and senior research fellow, Slovak Academy of Science in Bratislava, Center of Research in Education. At the moment, currently, position in Trnava University, Professor of Early Childhood Education, Director of Undergraduate Program in Preschool and Primary Education, Director of Master Program in Preschool Education, Director of PhD Program in Education, including Preschool Education, and Chairman of Kenya Center for Research in Early Childhood and Preschool Education. So this is suitable for all of you. All of you are early childhood program, and he is present here with his expertise in early childhood program. His main focus in research are policy in the field of early childhood education, curriculum development, comparative or international studies in early childhood education. I think that is the introduction. For the next session is the presentation from Professor Branislav. The time is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you for invitation. Thank you for possibility to be at this university, upgris. I know that this university is here for many years, but it is my first visit at this faculty of education, because actually I am not first time in Indonesia. I spent in Indonesia together maybe 1 year in different places, but mostly I used to visit Semarang, because we have some cooperation, not with upgris yet, but I have cooperation with UNES. I mean that you know UNES as well. So this is the reason why I am here. Just for beginning, because we don't have quite a long time, I really enjoy the open ceremony because of the one reason. And this reason is that I really like your national song, Indonesia Raya. It's very beautiful melody. It is very beautiful lyrics as well. It is very optimistic, and if you will see my Facebook, your national song is part of my Facebook as well. And when we are speaking about the comparison between two different cultures or two different countries, and I compare your national song with my national song, it is completely different, because my national song has nice melody, but it is very, very sad. It is very, very depressive. It is about, your song is about Indonesia Raya, and our song is about storm, and the people are sad, and maybe in the future they will be happy, only in the future, but you are happy now, yeah? So there are some differences about the mentality, and also when you are working in the city, for example here in Semarang, you will see, and you see people who are still smiling. I meet somebody, I never met him before, and he or she is smiling to me. When you are in Slovakia, everybody are like that, yeah. But it is not that they are like angry, yeah. It is like habit. It is our habit. So it is something culturally different, but it also has an impact for the social behavior and so on, yeah. So again, thank you for possibility to listen your national song just now, because I missed it, yeah. Okay, but we should speak about preschool education, about early childhood education and care, and I don't have quite a long time, so I will concentrate only for 3. I have 30 slides, but it is too much. I will jump some of them, and I will tell you some general information where I am from, about the Europe as such, about my country, about the geographical or political background. The second issue I would like to express or to tell you, it is the historical roots of European early childhood education. Yeah, and last issue, I will see if I have time, will be about maybe like next development of early childhood in European countries. So I will start just. It is our flag, yeah. I apologize, I didn't bring. It should be also here. So, but now you can see our flag. Just it is like double cross. I don't want to explain why. And geographically, we are in Europe, yeah. And I would like to show you maybe I think that not all of you. Is there somebody who already visited Europe? Not. So you, okay, yeah. Which country, please? Poland. Okay, perfect. Because Poland has a border with Slovakia, and I will go here. Europe is continent with many countries, yeah, and you will see that Slovakia is completely in the middle. So we are like Central European country. Politically, you can find information that we are like former East European country, but geographically it is actually not true. Why they speak that we are East European countries? Because of the history. In the history, Europe was divided for two different parts. It is one of start here, which was historically under the influence of former Soviet Union, and there was like until 1989 there was a communist part of the Europe, communist part. So, but now all countries are democratic because communism was broken completely, and Slovakia unfortunately was the part of this communist bloc in Europe. And you see that just I will tell you. Imagine what country actually we are. We are not the smallest country in Europe. Our population is 5 million. It is less than Jakarta. So all my country is less than, in sense of population, is less than Jakarta. Maybe the population is the same as Semarang city. So not a lot of people, but also you can find in Europe smaller countries like Slovenia, like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, with population only 1 million or 2 million. So we are many small countries. Big countries are UK, France, or something like that. Yeah, but we are quite small, and we have border with Poland. We have border with Czech Republic. Before we were Czechoslovakia. For example, I was born in Czechoslovakia. And 30 years ago, we started to be like different countries. It was not like we were not enemies. It was like economical reason. So, and we also have border with Austria. We have border with Hungary. And now maybe you know that there is a problem in Europe. What is the biggest problem in Europe now? What is the biggest problem in Europe now? Yeah, there is the war. There is the war between Russia and Ukraine, and it has influence for economy, it has influence for migration, and so on. So, for example, now in Slovakia, because we have border with Ukraine, we have a lot of refugees because the people are running away from Ukraine. I just want to tell you only one issue. I was trying to listen in Indonesia how Indonesia explained this war, and I think it was not correct. I just want to tell you what is true. Basic question is who is aggressor and who is victim. Aggressor is Russia, victim is Ukraine. Finally, so don't believe if somebody will tell something else. Yeah, there is the problem. It is historical roots and so on. I don't want to speak about that. But also it has influence for early childhood education. Yeah, because we have a lot of children from Ukraine, and there is we would like to take them to kindergarten, but there is some problem because we don't have places for them. So the kindergartens now they must change some norms to open classrooms to take more children than usually for acceptation of children from Ukraine. It is the same also for primary education and so on. And especially in the east of Slovakia, where the border is, the people are, or the responsible people and staff, they try to change some norms in kindergartens to accept Ukraine children as well. There is also problem, it is faced with the language, because they have different language than we have. we can understand each other, because it is Ukrainian language is from one group of languages which is called Slavic languages. And for example, my language is Slovak language. Slovenský jazyk znie asi takto, teraz hovorím po slovensky, aby vám bolo jasné, ako znie náš jazyk. So, now I just showed you how what is the sound of my language, but we have some similarities between Bahasa Indonesia and Slovak, because we have very similar pronunciation. For example, we are using r as you are using also r as we are, not as in English or something like that. Yeah, and also your language is very regular to speak. So, but I cannot speak Bahasa Indonesia. So, but I was speaking, and you know, Europe as such is very multilinguistic. For example, in Slovakia we have Slovak language, but Austria completely different language. They use German language. Hungary completely different language. It is Hungarian language, which doesn't have anything common with German language. Poland, we can understand little bit each other, because Polish language belongs to the group of Polish of Slavic languages. Okay, this is Europe. I don't have time to speak more about the geographical background, but what you should know, and for understanding of also educational system, is quite important issue from the historical point of view, or also on the mentality of the people. The Europe is based historically, and I mean, in sense of the values, is based on the Christianity. Yeah, Europe is originally Christian continent, which has roots 2000 years ago, and the mentality of the people is based also on the Christianity. Doesn't matter. I'm speaking about. Doesn't matter if we are speaking about Catholic or Protestants or Orthodox, but all these religions are Christian, and I think that mentality of the people who are or who grow up in the continent, when you will find like Christian background, can be a little bit different as a country which is, for example, like based on the Islam. Yeah, the mentality is really different. For example, especially when there was like Protestantism, it means that there are different thinking about work, different thinking about freedom, different thinking about women, and so on. So we are under this influence, even or not even, although now Europe is a little bit changed, because you know globalization means that everybody can be everywhere. So we also have many people from not we as Slovakia, but Europe. There's a big Muslim community. We have also like Hindu community. So there is the mixture of the culture of the religions, but mostly when we are speaking about, for example, Muslim communities are generally in Germany, for example, or maybe France, and in Europe, you know that Muslim countries are actually only Turkey, yeah, because in Turkey there are two, there are Catholics and also Muslims. So this is to understand this background can help explain you our differences. Yeah. Okay. Here I'm going. Okay, I'm going just to speak about the roots of early childhood education and care. Maybe firstly I would like to tell you we are using English term ECEC. It means early childhood education and care. In Indonesia, you don't use it. You speak only about early childhood or childhood education or preschool education. But I think that when we are speaking about children which are younger than 6 years or 7 years old, we cannot speak only about education. We must speak also about care, because actually we don't know when we are doing something with children, they need also care. And in English, they also use the like short term educare. Educare means education and care together. And when children are younger and younger and younger, so mostly you are doing not only education, you are doing care. And the care is like kind of the education, but when we are speaking only about education, we are thinking more about the kindergarten as a school. But kindergarten actually is not only school. Kindergarten started to be school in 20th century, and it is not. Sometimes it is wrong to speak about kindergarten as a school, because it create misunderstanding what we should do with children. Yeah, and when we will change kindergarten to school, it will not work properly. Okay, about early childhood education rules in Europe. Yeah, naturally, early childhood education and care is like natural issue of the family. Always there is adult and children in the family, and mother, doesn't matter if we are speaking 2,000 years ago or from the beginning, when the family has naturally children and parents, the parents always take care about their children. Yeah. But another question is, when we are speaking about formally about early childhood education and care, we are speaking when the government, or not government, some responsible people for the state started to run like institutional form of education, not in the family, but outside of the family. So when we are speaking about early childhood education and care, in this sense, we are speaking, or we are speaking about institutional form of early childhood education. Yeah, and how it starts? It starts in Europe in 17th or 18th century, and firstly, when the institution for young children started to be run, it was not about education. The main aim was to protect neglected children. So it was not educational issue. It was like social issue. It was social issue to help some children who didn't have possibility to grow up in the like normal family. So first institution for children has a like social or missionary, social reason. The second step for developing of the institution and supporting of the institution, we can call today like Taman Kanak-Kanak, was another aim. The aim was to supporting education for middle class children. I don't know if you know what is middle class children. Middle class is economically and socially the strongest or the most important class in the society. And when society wants to run properly and wants to be strong, economically strong, socially strong, this middle class must be supported. And it was decision when we want to support the development of the middle class, we must take care about the children for the reason that women should also take place in the labor market. Yeah. So this is the next reason, also economical reason. Economical reason was to develop preschool education for the greater employment of the women. Yeah. So this is also not educational reason. The main reason for development of early childhood education was social and was economical. It doesn't have anything with education at the primary, secondary, and so on. Kindergarten could, or development of kindergarten could help families, could help economy, and could help of the social development of the nation, of the country, and so on. And the educational reason started to be important only in the end of the beginning of the starting of kindergartens or some other institution, and there was the new aim to prepare children before beginning primary. So the educational reason for kindergarten development was the last historical reason to support the development of kindergarten. Now maybe we forget about the previous reasons and so on. And you know, everything has a political reason. If we are going to support institutions, it is political decision. Yeah? So you must notice that early childhood education is naturally connected to the politics, to the political decisions. So early childhood education is firstly political issue, yeah, and depends on the thinking of the politicians, how or why they are going to support kindergarten. I could ask you, and we could discuss why early childhood education is supported in Indonesia. Why? Do you know why? I will tell you maybe what I'm thinking, because you have like very strong idea about gold generation. What does it mean, gold generation? Successful people who are successful economically. Yeah. So now, generally, if you are developing your educational system, including early childhood education, under the idea of gold generation, which represents the economical development. So the main reason is political and economical, and education is only instrument for economical development. And we are thinking, it is right or not? It is very risky. It is very risky, because the question is what education is. Education is instrument for economy. Historically, it was not. Education has only one aim. Education aim is to be educated. What does it mean to be educated? It is a big question. I don't have time to elaborate it. Okay, we are going next way. You know, and this was the education function of early childhood education, and political interest for development of kindergarten means that for early childhood education started to be, or the government start to be responsible, and especially Ministry of Education. I know that in Indonesia you have like a complicated system. Something is under the Ministry of Religion, something is under the Ministry of Education, something is under the Ministry of yeah. So you can ask yourselves why you have this complicated system, but you can see also historically, for example, early childhood care for children below 3 in European countries belong under the Ministry of Social Affairs. But now, more, and kindergartens, they were usually under the responsibility of Ministry of Education. Now, all institutions, including institutions for children between 0 and 3, started to be more and more under the Ministry of Education. Yeah, there is no time to explain you why, but everybody wants to support early childhood care education, mainly as education, and to bring life education or to develop educational reason for development of these institutions. I will show you something. Maybe it doesn't work well. I think that I don't have time because I elaborated especially to understand what is typical for the present policy of the early childhood education across all the world. The main strategy for development of early childhood education is that the main reason is economical reason. So your political idea of gold generation is typical international interest. Why to support early childhood as an economic strategy. So supporting of preschool education is economic strategy. We are, for example, there are many research, especially in one, there was a very, very long-term project in Epsilon, Michigan, how to explain why early childhood education can help children. But everything was calculated. How many, or how big invest, or what happened with the investment to kindergarten, and how this investment will return to the society. It means that if there is like unemployment or not, if people are going to the prison, for example, the children who are attending kindergarten are usually less amount of them in the future will be faced with some criminal issues, and they will not go to the prison. To be in the prison it's economically disadvantaged, because you must pay. If somebody is in the prison, you will have food, you are actually in a very simple hotel, yeah, and state must pay for that. So it is not easy, yeah. I can imagine that it's not a good parallel between hotel and prison, yeah. But it is also, prisons are for government is invested. So okay, for life of the people is I think that now there is the belief that to attend kindergarten has many benefits for you, for state, for government, and also for economy. So this is the main reason why we are supporting kindergarten. Okay, I don't want to speak. Maybe if you are interested in, it is one of the famous study about kindergartens, and you can find the authors which are written there. It was like the high scope preschool program in Epsilon, Michigan. You can find many studies on the internet if you are interested in. Now I'm going to speak about. Maybe I will. European Union is also deeply interested in development of the kindergarten and also creches. And in 2002, European Council, I don't know, it works automatically, I didn't. European Union has the aim to have probably 100% of children in kindergarten which are older than 3 years old. And also European Union policy is to have 53% of children who are attending creches. Creches means nurseries or institutions for children between 0 and 3. Why? Again, there is the economic policy. It is the policy of like gender equality between women and men. And there are also many another reasons. And this is also one of the reasons why in European countries, not only European countries, there are more and more countries where preschool education is compulsory. It means that it is not decision of you as a parents that if you will put your child to kindergarten, you must do it. In some countries, this system works for children, for all children between 3 and 6, for example, France, for example, Hungary. In some countries, 2 years is compulsory for children. In Slovakia, for example, 1 year is compulsory for children. Yeah? So this is the trend from last 10 or 15 years. And some countries, they have 100% of children in kindergarten, for example, France. But if it is okay or it is not okay. So, because it has connection to to the social policy about the maternal leave. Maternal leave means how long time the mother can be home with the newborn children. In France, it is only a couple weeks, and women must go to work. For example, in our countries, like former communist countries, the maternal leave was you could be home 2 years. So there was not reason to develop like strong principal education system, because the social system was very generous to support mothers to be home with child. Because there is the big question. It is a very big question, and I think that there is no only answer. It is good for children to be in nursery, or it is wrong. It is good for children to be in kindergarten, or it is wrong. We can find answers which will support both of the answers. Yeah? Especially when we are speaking about children between 0 and 3. Yeah. So everything is very very open. What was typical for? I told you that I must finish slowly. I told you that Slovakia was communist country, and what is interesting, especially communism actually generally was a wrong system. It was very centralized system. It was ideologically completely wrong system, because, for example, I will tell you what was official ideology in communist country was atheism. Religion was not supported. For example, teachers, they couldn't visit church. They must pretend themselves that they are atheists. And communist countries, they wanted to have all people under the control. Under the control means that they wanted to create your thinking according to the ideology. It was official, and it was paradoxical, or it was one big influence. The communists supported too much preschool education. They supported development of the kindergartens. They supported everything, or they supported to have children in the institutions. Why? Because they could have children under the control. The government has under the control teachers. They were not free what they are going to teach. They had like very detailed curriculum, and you could be sure that in the east of the Slovakia they are doing the same with children as in west of Slovakia. This is function of the national curriculum. What is the national curriculum? It is the way how to have under the control. And this was the reason why Slovakia, or all communist countries, developed their preschool educational system very soon. Historically, it started in 50s of last century, when communism started to be like my ideology in the countries. And it was very unprecedentedly that in a couple of years in Slovakia we developed or we built a lot of kindergartens, like new buildings. We supported also nurseries. In a couple of years, I have some videos just like to illustrate what I'm speaking about. I'm still going. Can you help me? I will tell you more. Here, look. In 1950, there was in Czechoslovakia 5,000 kindergarten. In 30 years, 51,000. Can you imagine? 5,051. We built 1,000 new kindergarten, and also it was kindergarten. And also it was similar for the creches. And you have in Indonesia your first curriculum for kindergarten was introduced in the beginning of the of this center. We had our curriculum, our first curriculum in 1952 or 1953. So the history of the curriculum is very, very old. And the teachers, they are very adaptive, or they want to have curriculum and to be like managed by the curriculum. So I see some similarities between communist period and what is going in preschool education now across all the world, including Indonesia. Yeah? And we also have very, very old rules of preschool education area. And I will finish with this because I don't have time. I will show you one picture only, and I will ask you go to what? Yeah. Do you know this man? It is one of the famous European philosopher and theologist from the 18th century. He is across all the world very famous in educational philosophy. Who is according to your knowledge, who is the most famous historical person which is related to preschool education development? Which name you know? I think you know some name. Who is one of the main scientists or philosopher who is behind of the development, how to work with children and so on? Do you know? Just tell me one name, European name. In Indonesian people, they know at least one name.
Excuse me, sir, you have 5 more minutes.
What I have?
5 more minutes.
5
more minutes.
It's okay. I'm going to finish. But I'm waiting. It is not information for me. It's information for them. You have 5 minutes to tell me the name. Frederick Frebel. Frederick Frebel. But this is not Frederick Frebel. Frederick Frebel is very because in all the world when I'm speaking about theory of preschool education, Frederick Frebel is quite very famous person. This is the second one. When somebody introduced me, they told that I graduated at the university which is called Comenius University. This university in Bratislava. This man is Comenius. John Amos Comenius. It is very famous person, especially not as regarding the philosophy of education, and I think that we can say that he introduced the first curriculum for early childhood in 18th century. And this is the book, and this book is called, I will translate it to English, it is a school of the infants. Yeah, school of the infants. And if you open, I think that you can find it in English. It is like first curriculum for children. But his idea, maybe what I will tell you, informatorium means something, it is Latin word. Information or basic information about školy materskej. Škola. What does it mean, škola? Škola is school in my language, škola. School, and materská is like mother. And in English I can translate it like maternity school or mother school. And he introduced this curriculum. His idea was not to have children in kindergarten, but this curriculum was introduced for the mothers. And his idea was the main idea. Children until or before entering primary school, they should be home with mothers. And it was a recommendation to mothers how and what to do with their children. And this book, you can read as a standards, educational standards, separately for each age of the children. So it is very interesting. So the idea of the škola materská, mother school, you call your kindergarten Taman Kanak. Why you call your kindergarten Taman Kanak? Why? Do you know the reason? Can you explain me why you call your institute Taman Kanak? I know the reason. You don't know? I know. Translate to English Taman Kanak. Translate. It is kindergarten. And who used this connection, kindergarten, as a firstly? Friedrich Fröbel. Yeah, kindergarten is it was introduced centuries years ago by Fröbel, and many countries in many languages you can find the same connection. Kindergarten in English, kindergarten in German, Taman Kanak in Bahasa Indonesia, detský sad in Russian language. But in my language, in some different countries, we don't use kindergarten. We use in Slovak it is detská záhrada. In Slovak, we don't use detská záhrada. This institution we called materská škola, mother school, because of the communes. So also in the France they don't use kindergarten. They use mother school as well in their language. So it is also interesting. So it was not the decision of the Indonesian people that it will Taman Kanak. You followed the term which is originally from Freda. Yeah. Okay. I think that I will finish. There are many aspects I could discuss, but I think that I told you what I wanted. I don't know if you could understand me, but I hope yes. And if you have some questions, just not be afraid to ask. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Prof. Branislava. Big applause for Mr. Prof. Branislav. Sedikit saya akan memberikan rangkuman dalam bahasa Indonesia. Jadi kesimpulan dari presentasi Prof tadi, there are a lot of factor about early childhood education in Slovakia. First factor is about geography. Kalau tadi Slovakia are in the center of Europe, but historically Eropa itu dibagi dua. Slovakia termasuk timur yang komunis. Itu yang mempengaruhi juga salah satu faktor berdirinya early childhood. Faktor yang kedua adalah about the reason why early childhood in Slovakia itu sebenarnya bukan alasan educational, tapi lebih ke alasan sosial dan ekonomikal. Alasan sosial berdirinya TK di Slovakia itu adalah untuk menampung anak-anak yang ditinggalkan oleh orang tuanya. Itu menyangkut alasan ekonomi, yaitu orang tuanya itu pergi kerja, jadi butuh tempat penitipan anak dalam tanda kutip, yaitu di TK. Kemudian untuk perkembangannya sampai sekarang, the development early childhood in Slovakia up to now yang dipengaruhi oleh Uni Eropa sejak tahun 2010. Di Uni Eropa itu mewajibkan anak-anak mulai sekolah TK itu 3 tahun. In Slovakia 1 year to enter early childhood. In Hungary 2 years old, 3 years old. Jadi masuknya anak-anak ke TK itu dipengaruhi oleh kebijakan Uni Eropa yang mewajibkan sejak 3 tahun sudah harus masuk TK. Itu saja sejarah dan perkembangan TK di Slovakia yang dipengaruhi oleh sejarahnya dan perkembangannya sejak bergabung dengan Uni Eropa. Bu Agnita, ada sesi tanya jawab? No? We we don't have time for question and answer, so I will conclude for the presentation from Prof. Basnislo. Thank you. Let's go to the next session. Untuk sesi pertama saya tutup. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm sorry, we don't have any more Q answer. Thank you for delivering the insightful material. Thank you, Bapak Muhammad Arif Budiman M. Hum. Now we are invite Ibu Sari dan Ibu Mega Novita into the second session.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So the next agenda is we want to introduce to you about our department, and we want to discuss about the possibility of future academic collaboration, probably with under Erasmus program. So first let her do the presentation, and then later we will follow with the discussion. Okay? So I will welcome Ibu Sari to present, to introduce the Department of Early Childhood Education to in front of you. Please welcome Ibu Sari.
Oke, thank you Bu Mega. Selamat pagi teman-teman semuanya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oke, Mr. Prof. Brano, I think we have now we meet today at the morning. So let me introduce our member of lecturer in early childhood education. Maybe our member of lecturer, you can interest one of them to do research or anything. Maybe you can have a program for student exchange, or maybe lecture exchange. So the first one I will introduce. Next. She is Dr. Muniroh Munawar. She is a vice of rector in upgris, but she also a lecturer of early childhood education. This is the product of her research. She got a grant, research grant from ministry, and the product is like educational toys. So this toys, it can be used for early years. It can be used in early years, and her research is from 2018 to 2020, and also she focused on management and curriculum for early years. Next. The second one is Dr. Anita Chandra. Study program. She learns about food technology, so she now focus on health and nutrition for early years. And this is one of the book, and also intellectual copyright. She got intellectual copyright from 3 of the title of her research. And then next, the third one is Dr. Agung Prasetyo. He focused on inclusive education for early years. he owns a school. He owns a school, TK Fun and Play, inclusive school. It can be we can call kindergarten fun and play for inclusive school. He owned a school and not new school. Next, the fourth one. This is the fresh graduate doctor from our member, Dr. Elia Rahmawati. She focused on psychology and development for early years, and this is the product of her research. There are a lot of books about assertive comic as a media for introducing reproductive organs, and also she in this book she talked about the sexual education for early years. And the next, this is the first. The Dr. Afif Lutfi. She good at bukan not she, but he is good at digital literacy for early years. Next, this is she is Dwi Prasetyawati. She focused on science, so he teach science for early years, and one of her research talk about disaster for early years. Next, this is Miss Mila Carmila SPD MPD. She is secretary of Dr. Anita Chandra. She learned about early years for undergraduate and graduate program. So she focused on assessment and language development. She also got research grant from ministry, and she did research in daycare, Pena Prima daycare, and she also had a book and also intellectual copyright. Next, this is me, Ratnawayu Busari. Actually, my name is Ratnawayu Busari, but you can call me Sari. And I focus on language development and also English for young learners. Next, this is Sismatul Hasanah. She focused on cognitive development for early years. She did research also and also get the research grant from ministry. It is about designing an augmented reality. This book helps children to stimulate reading skill. And next, Mr. Purwadi. Mr. Purwadi is good at music, so she focus on music and art for English years. For early years. Yeah. Next, the last one is Ibu Nila Kusumaning Tias. She owns a school also like Pak Agung. Yeah, she owns a TK Taman Belia Candi. So I think she good at learning management for early years. Okay. Next.
All right, and then finally, I'm from the international office. I would like to ask you about the possibility or the initiation of the offered program. So we are seeking some programs like student mobility, teacher mobility, joint lecture series or webinar, or the guest lecture like this, and then joint research, joint student publication, international community service, teaching learning practice also for the students, and joint student supervision, credit transfer, and lastly the double or dual degree program. Actually, we have done so many collaboration, academic collaboration with some other countries, some other universities also, and we've been doing the C Teacher program. The C Teacher program is a program that allowing the students to practice how to teach in the foreign countries. So I know you are very expert in the Erasmus program. Then we want to know, is there any possibilities that maybe our lecturer or our student can join you to do like what you've done so far? So that's our motives today, sir. So please, maybe you have some insight to be shared for this. Yes, for everybody.
Yeah, maybe just general information that Erasmus program is the hugest program of European Committee which support especially research, support also joint activities between European countries. So it is aimed for Europe, and for example, it is one of the main tool how to support the students and staff to collaborate inside of Europe. So it is European program, but also it has some sub-programs which are aimed to collaborate not only or support not only collaboration between European universities or not only universities. The part of Erasmus program can be also kindergartens, can be also elementary school, or everybody or all institutions which are part of the education. But one of the program is supporting our contacts or mobilities outside from the Europe. So this is one of the reason, or it is the main reason why I am here, and this sub-program allowed us to open partnerships with non-European universities. So there are the possibilities, but the way is quite long. Yeah, it means that, for example, because there is the process has some technical steps. Yeah. And if I want to have or to have this program, I must show that I already have collaboration with universities which I am going to apply. So, for example, it happened with UNES. We started to have some activities together in 2016, and I asked or we applied for a project in 2018.
Okay,
because
so
there must be
speaking,
evidence
okay,
that we are already in the touch.
Okay, strictly speaking, so I would like to ask you, like, we want to be like UNES. Yeah, we want to be like UNES. So is it possible to collaborate with you, and what should we do if we want to do that?
Actually, I don't want to go to details, but the agency is looking not at the universities, they are looking at the countries. And you know what there is some like small limitation, because we already have collaboration with Indonesia.
I see.
Because they don't ask which university, they ask us which country. Yeah.
Okay.
And but it is okay. It is. I am not speaking that it is not allowed. It will be possible, but it is not like this program is not open forever. The call is one time per year, and now we are preparing just project for next year, and everything is done. So we have to be in touch, and for example, if we have some research activities together, it will be possible. But there must be evidence that we know each other and we collaborate together. Because I can go to the map. This city I like, and I will address the university. There must be evidence that we
I can understand. So we need to build a track record first.
Yeah.
To get a good application, we need to make some good track record, like history of what you have done, and then finally we can apply for the
Not
program.
you. The process is that we apply. It is, this program is European program, and application is our issue. I will apply to have collaboration with this country. So actually, they cannot send program abroad outside from Europe. So our university is subject, which is applicant, and we this application will apply budget for our collaboration with EU and so on. But budget is going technically to our university, but there is like agreement that this budget will be used for mobility, for these students, this stuff, and so on. So nobody can apply from outside from Europe.
I see.
You are in position of our partner.
Okay, we are the partner. Okay, so we would really appreciate if you could maybe introduce us to your colleagues maybe in Europe university. So yeah, it may be difficult for you and us, but I'm sure you have so many networking out there, so that you can introduce our university to them.
Yeah, it's also when if you address me 1 month ago, here in Semarang there was also my vice dean for international collaboration.
Yeah.
So we could have a discussion, and you know that under this program I will be back in Indonesia in 2025 again, but not in Semarang, but in Gorontalo. Yeah.
That's great.
And I think that this year we are trying to extend collaboration with Yogyakarta, because I was in touch with them.
So we are waiting for our turn with
you. Everything is tied.
Yeah.
And it is my first visit here. Yeah. So, but I'm happy to be here. I'm very satisfied. Or
really?
The atmosphere is very, very nice, and I appreciate your staff, your director. So I think the beginning starts very well.
Thank you so much. Bapak Ibu, untuk kemungkinan program Erasmus tadi sudah disampaikan bahwa untuk di upgris kemungkinan agak susah ya untuk tahun ini, karena beliau sudah punya proyek dengan UNES. Jadi bukan berdasarkan universitasnya tapi berdasarkan negara gitu. Jadi kita akan nunggu, mungkin kita akan keep in touch seperti itu dengan beliau, supaya nanti ada kemungkinan bisa mengirim mahasiswa ke Eropa ya di bawah program Erasmus. Baik, Bapak Ibu, adakah yang ingin disampaikan, ditanyakan atau klarifikasi mumpung Bapaknya masih di sini? Dipersilakan. Atau mungkin dari Pak Nur, Pak Afif? Monggo pakai bahasa. Sorry, I talk in bahasa.
It's quite interesting if there is possibility for Pranos University to involve upgris into Erasmus House grant. In the past, we have been already initiated our participation at Erasmus grant, especially for architecture department. We have started preparing the proposal with some university in Europe, like one university from Germany and also Spain, and we have our partner university from Indonesia, like Andalas University from Bali, and there is another university from Indonesia. Unfortunately, due to the COVID outbreak, the program was then at that time was postponed, and then up to now we have not heard the continuations of the program for its implementations and its selections after the pandemic outbreak. So we still have a hope that Pak Brano would probably in the coming year would consider upgris to be one of the university members for the future Erasmus House grant. You have already explained everything about the mechanisms of participations in Erasmus grant. That's what we have so far have understood. It's not coming from us, but it's like a consortium which some parties should communicate, and then which partners should be then decided. But of course we still have hope, the possibility of the collaboration with your university. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because now we are speaking just about a small program, which is a mobility program, but you know, Erasmus has many other programs which are very huge. We call them, Erasmus call them like consortiums of universities, and it is aimed to more to research, and but there is partnership not only between two universities, but it must be consortium of 5 or 6 universities. It is very difficult, and what is necessary to stress, the competition is very high. So maybe only, I don't know, 10 or 20% of the project proposals are successful. So sometimes it is very difficult. Mobility program is just the beginning of the collaboration. It is also competition, but less than if you are preparing like this research project. Just last year we had some European meetings with other European universities. It was just idea which was reminded to me by once somebody has a project which was aimed to disasters, and we were thinking about the project, about research or consequences, cultural, social, and so on of disasters, because Indonesia is a beautiful country, but it is well known because of disasters as well. And you will be a very good partner for a European because of your experience. I know this. In Europe, you cannot find a country which is Ministry of Disaster. You have, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
And it's really an honor for us to have you, because we check your background actually. So we go to the your Google profile, and then we check, and then we got to know that you are the success of Erasmus program. That's why I understand that. Okay, everyone should give him applause. Big round of applause. Yeah, and Erasmus program is very prestigious and is very high competitive. That's why we want to learn how to get past with the Erasmus program. So I hope we can still keep in contact. So maybe in the future, after this meeting, we can do like some initial project, the other projects such as lectures.
You can compete with UNES.
Yeah, I will. We will. Okay. So
I will tell to UNES, I finish with you. I'm going to jump to upgris.
It's a promise. It's a promise. So after you finish with UNES, please with upgris. Please do with upgris. Okay, sir? It's a promise. Thank you, and everyone, please give big round applause for the final one. Once again, thank you so much, and it's an honor for us to have you here. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. I'm sure you still have a long day, long visit in Indonesia. Until when you're here? Until in Indonesia for this program, Erasmus. Until when? How long?
I was here, I have been here for 1 month.
And then this time? This Sunday you will be leaving back. Okay. 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 I hope you have a wonderful travel to back to your country. Thank you everyone. Kita akhiri dengan baca hamdalah bersama-sama. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. We will end this session. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.